Host the Kennesaw State Owls. They've just honored 5 seniors today for Jacksonville, and they meet Kennesaw State for the second time this week since Monday as these two teams get together once again in Atlantic Sun Conference play. Andrew Gibson alongside Mason Viner. Let's give you quickly the starting lineups for visiting Kennesaw State, coming in at 9-15, 5-8 in the A-Sun. Amani Johnson, the reigning A-Sun Player of the Week, the senior guard from North Versailles, Pennsylvania. Also in the backcourt is the forward Alexis Poole out of Ellenwood, Georgia, a 6'2 senior. Braylon Snipes will start today for Coach Octavia Blue in her first season, followed by Jillian Piccolino and Julia Rodriguez. The starting 5 for Jacksonville: Shanice Miller, Taylor Hawks, Carmela Walker, Shania Jackson, and Asia Jones. We're quickly underway as Jacksonville controls the tip and quickly out of bounds. Mesa, great to have you with us today for this game between these two teams. Second meeting since Monday.
Yeah, both of these teams coming into this game fresh film for both teams on each other. For Kennesaw State, it's been a struggle away from their home court this season, just 2-9, only 1 win in A-Sun play away from their home court. And Swisher Gym, not an easy place, a really unique venue, being such an old gym. So tight the walls are here. It makes shooting for the road opponents very tough.
Asia Jones at the line, misses her first one. Jacksonville won at Kennesaw State on Monday, 56-51. And Jones will try her second free throw attempt from the line. And the second one is good for the 58% free throw shooter Jones. Now coming up the court quickly, Amani Johnson, the reigning A-Sun Player of the Week for Kennesaw State. Now in the hands of Rodriguez, back to Johnson. Rodriguez goes baseline, shot up no good. She gets her own rebound, now scrap for it down low. And she tried to pitch it out to somebody who wasn't there.
And that's a play where it depends on coaching philosophy. Some players say, or some coaches want their players to force that ball, and sometimes you just kick it out towards the corner. If you win the loose ball, that's fine. If the ball rolls out of bounds, at least you're not facing a fast break going back the other way.
Walker coming back in transition, trapped in the corner. Now they get down low post to Asia Jones, puts it in, and Jacksonville out to a 3-0 lead here in the opening 45 seconds.
And that's exactly what Jacksonville has tried to do as the season's gone on. Get the ball down low to Asia Jones to establish the post dominance early in the game. Then if they can kick it out, play drive and kick basketball from there on. Alexis
Poole trying to find her rhythm, and she does so against Asia Jones. A nice post move for 2 by Poole. 3-2 Dolphin lead in the early going, and Jacksonville throws it away. Coming back front court, Piccolino with it. Hands off now to Braylon Snipes. A screen for Johnson. Now this is Snipes with 10 to shoot. Snipes gets a screen. 3 from the top of the key. Back iron, no good. Jacksonville boxing out. And Carmela Walker looked like she got fouled. Here's a 3 off the rebound by Amani Johnson. Knocks down the 3 from the right wing for Kennesaw State. And the Owls have a 2-point lead. Jacksonville comes back quickly. Walker now in the hands of Hawks. 2 minutes in, Kennesaw State with a 2-point lead.
Andrew, that's something that these Jacksonville Dolphins who have seen this refereeing crew 3 out of their last 5 home games will definitely look back, and that's usually a foul call with this crew. Surprised to not see it on the contact there on Walker.
Whistle and a foul on the floor, and Shania Jackson picks up a foul. First team foul against Jacksonville. Kennesaw brings it up the floor now. Braylon Snipes, the sophomore from Columbus, Georgia. And a travel. Julia Rodriguez, the sophomore from Bradenton, Florida, traveled with it. And turnover goes to Jacksonville.
Great awareness on that play from Miller. She saw the pass coming. She stepped right into the passing lane. Even though she didn't intercept the pass straight away, she did force Kennesaw State, who threw that pass a little bit to the inside, just take an extra step towards the basketball. That resulted in the walk.
Shanice Miller hands off to Carmela Walker. Walker down to Jones. Asia Jones trying to find post position, now handing off to Walker. And they're going to call an offensive foul against Jacksonville. Looks like Carmelo is going to pick up the foul. Jacksonville has owned this series. JU is 24-7 all time against Kennesaw State. They've won 5 in a row in the series, and JU won the first ever meeting back in 2007, 71-67. Most recently, Dolphins got a 56-51 win at Kennesaw State on Monday. Block shot down underneath. Asia Jones picks up the block. Hawks back in transition, got too far underneath the goal. And we got a whistle on the floor, an injured player down low to our left. And for Jacksonville, it's their first home game since hosting Liberty last Saturday. Amani Johnson brings it up the floor after the injury timeout. Julia Rodriguez goes off the floor. And in her stead, they'll put Ashley Free now into the ball game. And Jacksonville comes up with a nice play defensively, a foul called against Kennesaw State.
And both of these teams are going to settle into the way this game is being refereed. If there's contact down low, we're seeing a lot of offensive fouls today. So players are going to shy away from that a little bit, go to their more spin post moves down low, jab with the ball, and go straight up with it, because a lot of body contact right now. All have been offensive fouls so far.
Taylor Hawks bringing it up the floor, pitch into the left corner. Shot is up and good from the wing. It's Carmelo Walker for 3, and Jacksonville takes a 1-point lead. Dolphins lead at 6-5 with 6:20 to go in the first quarter. Here's Johnson. Pull-up shot from about the free throw line, no good. Taylor Hawks in transition for Jacksonville. Shot is up and good. Taylor Hawks takes it the entire way, and timeout Kennesaw State.
To schedule your visit, JOI, here to get you back in the game.
Welcome you back here to historic Swisher Gymnasium. Andrew Gibson alongside Mason Viner. The Dolphins have a 3-point lead against Kennesaw State. 6:10 to play in our first quarter. Dolphins showing pressure in the backcourt.
Something that Jacksonville's worked in throughout the season. They like to get into this pressure look, especially on their home court.
And a tie-up on the floor. And possession goes to Kennesaw State. Octavia Blue in her first season at Kennesaw State played at Miami from 94 to 98. Was the Miami Hurricanes' first WNBA draft pick back in 1998 by the LA Sparks. Second rounder, 15th overall for the Kennesaw State head coach out of Miami. And a shot underneath up and no good from Braylon Snipes. Snipes had 2 blocks against JU on Monday night. Against Florida Gulf Coast had 6 points, a block and 2 steals. And Kennesaw will turn it over. Dolphins still with a 3-point advantage. Close it in on 5.5 to go first quarter. Dolphins pass out of the pressure. Good ball movement by Jacksonville. And it results in a bucket by KK Hayes. That was excellent ball movement by Jacksonville.
And that's one of those moments where having a senior guard like Taylor Hawks that has eyes all over the court. She could have taken the shot there, gone one-on-one. Instead, she finds wide open KK Hayes for the easy layup.
Pass for 3 out of the post to Johnson, up and no good. Dolphins with the rebound. Asia Jones with the board. Hawks running the floor for Jacksonville. Driving shot up off the glass is good for the Dolphins. Jaleesa Dunlap gets her first points of the day. And now a battle for it underneath. And some energy igniting this Dolphins squad. They're up 12-5.
That's one of those things that this Jacksonville team is focused on throughout this season, is bringing their own energy to the game, bringing back that defense that Coach Haney is known for, and they've executed on a lot of those things this year. Certain times they've fallen out of that, but that's one of those testaments to the old style of basketball that they play. You have got to do everything right on the defensive end that results into the offense. This team has been offensively challenged throughout this year, but they've found different spots and moments where their defense has allowed them to be a high-scoring team.
Jackson gets it into Gillard. She will bring it across the floor now. The redshirt freshman from Daytona Beach. And Jacksonville, one shot, no good. Rebound, Kennesaw. Amani Johnson, 8th in the A-Sun in points per game, 12.6. She's averaged nearly 15 this month. And she puts up a shot off the iron, no good. Bounced off there twice, got an offensive rebound. Stacey Jones comes up with the rebound. And they're just trying to get Amani Johnson as many looks as she can at the basket.
That's not a bad plan for the Owls this season. Amani Johnson, since her freshman year at Kennesaw State, has been a dominant player in this conference. She single-handedly forced the game here in 2019 into overtime. She put up 7 points in the last couple minutes of that one. She's really the lifeblood of this Kennesaw State team.
76% free throw shooter, knocks down her first. Dolphins have a 6-point lead. Now it's 5. Jackson inbounds to Delana Gillard. She brings it up the floor now for the Dolphins. 4 minutes to play, first quarter. Gets a screen from Hayes. KK Hayes, shot is up, good. KK Hayes drives the baseline and scores for Jacksonville. KK Hayes out of Atlanta, Georgia, nearby Kennesaw State. Maybe she has a little bit extra motivation today. And a good post move that time for Kennesaw State by Stacey Jones.
KK Hayes is that motor. She embodies what this program wants to be. She brings her energy all the time, practice, workouts. You hear this coaching staff talk about her. She's such a high energy and high emotion player for this team. They really feed off of her energy when she gets going.
Walker on the drive, dishes it out for 3. And Jaleesa Dunlap knocks down a 3 for Jacksonville from the left corner.
Nothing out of the ordinary for the Dolphins on offense to get things started today. The ball's just going in the basket, and they're getting that good energy rolling. And when this team's feeling good about themselves, they're a hard team to beat.
Here's a deep 3 by Johnson. No good. Jacksonville's KK Hayes with the rebound. Dolphins in transition quickly. Two and a half to play, first quarter. Good post move by KK Hayes, and she's been on fire here in this first quarter. Jacksonville leads by 10.
Andrew, that's just a symptom of quick ball movement and crisp passes on the inside that results in that opportunity for Jacksonville.
Missed shot by Alexis Poole, and a battle for the rebound underneath. Well, you said it, Mason. Jacksonville, the shots are just falling today. The Dolphins at times have struggled shooting from the field. Coming in today, Dolphins 38% shooting from the field, 25% from 3, and they've been much better in the early going today.
Right now, Jacksonville 8 of 11 shooting 72.7%. Kennesaw State just 3 of 11, under 30% for the Owls. That's your difference right now.
Kathleen, Georgia native Stacey Jones at the line. She knocked down her first, and the second one rims out. Shania Jackson with the rebound. Two minutes to play, first quarter. And the low post, Asia Jones. Dolphins are dominating the post right now. Amani Johnson passes it right wing. Shot is up, no good from Jillian Piccolino on the pass from Amaris Baker. And Jacksonville so far, Mason, they've pretty much got whatever they wanted so far in the paint. I mean, you put it down there with Asia Jones or, you know, just anybody. KK Hayes, both have really been impressive so far in the first quarter.
Yeah, Hayes leading the Dolphins with 6 points today, Jones with 5. When Jacksonville can play through the post, that's exactly what they want to do. Their offense runs through the post or runs through Jones and Hayes. It's just a matter of moving that ball down there and then hitting the outside shots when you get them. That's where this team has struggled.
Jackson on the block with 10 to shoot. Hook shot is up and good. And we talked about the post play. Shania Jackson gets in on the act for Jacksonville. What a first quarter by the Dolphins. 23 points with a minute and change left. Amani Johnson driving quickly. Hard charging drive to the basket. Shot is up, no good, and that's not going to work out. One shot and a Jacksonville rebound. Hawks driving the floor. Spin move. Shot is up, and everything's falling for Jacksonville. A 25-point first quarter with 45 seconds back and win that one at Kennesaw State Monday night. Jacksonville had the early lead, but then we're down 16-8 after the first quarter. Well, that one is a much different first quarter than this one.
But it shows Jacksonville that you can't go away at this point in the game. You have to keep your foot on the gas. Everybody in this conference seems to come back. A lot of the games are close, and a lot of them have deficits like this early on.
Kennesaw State with Alexis Poole trying to drive in the paint with 31 seconds to play in the first quarter. A whistle and a foul against Jacksonville. Amani Johnson will inbound baseline left. Johnson gets it in the right corner. And a quick foul against Jacksonville. And they're going to call a foul against Asia Jones. That's somebody to monitor. You can't get her into foul trouble.
And not what Jacksonville wants to see. And Coach Haney's getting very animated on the sideline with the referee right now. Not happy with either of the last two calls against his team.
Alexis Poole, the senior from Ellenwood, Georgia, goes to the line. She had 10 points against Jacksonville Monday night. And her free throw is up and good. She shoots it very well from the floor. Third in the ASUN with 51.4 field goal percentage. 67% shooter at the line. Missed her second. Got her own rebound. Puts up the shot. No good. Jacksonville rebounds. Jackson comes back with a rebound. Dolphins will have it for the final shot of the quarter. 18 seconds and counting. Dolphins with a 25-11 lead. This is Taylor Hawks. Shot clock is off. 9 seconds. Michaela Edwards passes off to Hayes. 3 to shoot. Down the low post. Shot is up, no good. But Jackson was fouled with 1.6 to go.
A definite foul down there below the basket. That entry pass is something special. Leading your player towards the basket, that's all you want, so you can make that firm catch and go straight up with it. A lot of the times when you're able to complete that pass, it's a low percentage pass, you're either going to get a foul or an easy basket.
Shania Jackson at the line now, the redshirt junior from Warner Robins, Georgia, transfer from East Tennessee State. 61% shooter. Here's her first, and it's good.
And you mentioned all the transfers on this team. Jacksonville had a down year last year. They were able to work through that transfer portal. Got a handful of really, really good basketball players through it, and they've rebuilt just in 1 year.
Second free throw is good from Jackson. 1.6 to go in the quarter. And that'll do it for the first. As Kennesaw State back with you at historic Swisher Gymnasium. Jacksonville shot 78.6% from the floor, 11 of 14 in the first quarter, 2 of 2 on threes. Mason, it was a very good first quarter for Jacksonville.
Yeah, Jacksonville can't play much better. Kennesaw State has got to find something on offense, shooting just 3 for 13 from the field.
Kennesaw with the basketball, 15 seconds in. Here's the shot, and a bank shot is up and good for Kennesaw State to open up the scoring here in the second quarter. It's Braylon Snipes, the sophomore from Columbus, Georgia.
Kennesaw State's just going to want to string just a couple baskets here, get things going, start to feel good the way Jacksonville has been so far. For the Dolphins, can't do much better. Just look to continue the same ball movement, working from the inside out.
Shanice Miller driving the lane this time. Shot is up and blocked. Monty Johnson coming back the other way, pitches it into the right corner. A three is up and good. It's Amaris Baker, the freshman from Philadelphia, with a three.
Great quick start from Kennesaw State. Puts early 5 points on Jacksonville, start to apply some pressure, got the deficit down to 11.
Dolphins leading scorer KK Hayes with 6 points in the first quarter. Asia Jones and Jaleesa Dunlap both with 5. Michaela Walker comes back in for Jacksonville, the leading scorer. Who else for Kennesaw State but Amani Johnson, 5 points in the first quarter. Trio of Owls with 3 points in the first. This is Jackson for Jacksonville. Pass off now to Hawks. Nice dish underneath by Hawks, but they can't convert. Johnson runs the floor now for Kennesaw. Open three, left corner, shot is up, no good, missed everything.
It was a big opportunity for Kennesaw State. They got an open look from three, not a terrible shot. Happened to be an air ball, but got to keep shooting at this point in the game.
That shot by Baker. Here's a three for Jacksonville. Shot is up, no good from the left corner. It was Dunlap. Monty Johnson driving the floor for Kennesaw. Hands off underneath. The shot is up and good for the Owls. Braylon Snipes converts, and a nice assist from Johnson. And Viner welcoming you back to historic Swisher Gymnasium. Just under 8 minutes to play before halftime. Jacksonville leads Kennesaw State 27-18. The hot shooting of Jacksonville continues. After shooting nearly 80% in the first quarter, Jacksonville still at 64% from the field.
Bit of struggles from this Dolphin offense. Now scoreless over the last 2 minutes. Kennesaw State on a 7-0 run.
And Kennesaw gets the rebound here. This is Poole. Coming up in transition is Johnson. She likes to drive and kick. This is Poole. Tries to get it down the block and was denied by Jackson. 10 to shoot now for Kennesaw. Johnson gets a screen. Tries an entry pass into the post, gets it stolen away. It's a steal by Taylor Hawks. Hawks had 3 steals in the last meeting. Shot is up and good. She does it on each end, a steal and a layup for 2.
And Taylor Hawk's experience showing there. She could have let the ball go out of bounds and taken the inbound and gotten into the half-court offense, but there she says, we're not struggling to score the basketball a little bit. I'm going to push the pace and do it myself.
Shot blocked by KK Hayes. A slight deflection. And now Michaela Edwards, the transfer from Hawaii, brings it up for Jacksonville. She can shoot the 3. Now will drive and dish. Hayes passes out to Edwards. Shot is up, no good for 3. Monty Johnson kicks it in the corner. 3-pointer up and no good. And a 3-ball by Ashley Free is no good.
Kennesaw State's really been struggling out of that left side corner on their basket here in the second quarter. A couple air balls from 3, and very unusual from this Kennesaw State team.
And I believe they're going to get Shania Jackson with the foul against the Dolphins.
For Kennesaw State, number 23, Braylon Snipes, and number 24, Gavin Legend.
6 minutes to play before halftime here in Jacksonville. Here's Johnson on the drive. Kicks it out to Baker. Kennesaw with 10 to shoot again. This is Snipes. 5 to shoot now. Gets a screen. Drives the lane. Shot is up and good. Braylon Snipes, the sophomore from Columbus, with the shot clock winding down. Dolphins with a 9-point lead. And they try to get it in the corner there to Dunlap. The ball is knocked out of bounds. Couple of substitutions. KK Hayes comes in for Jacksonville. Princess Harden, the freshman forward from Swainsboro, Georgia, is now in for Kennesaw State.
Now our refereeing crew switching who gets possession off of that. It looked like it was a clear tip out by Kennesaw State. They end up being awarded with the basketball and will have an opportunity to cut more into this Jacksonville lead.
You can tell this Kennesaw State offense loves ball screens. They try to free up Amani Johnson and others as much as they can. Here's Johnson with the basketball, guarded by Hawks. And a foul underneath. As Gabby Legister is also in the game now for Kennesaw State. And a foul against Jacksonville. Johnson will inbound with 20 to shoot. Gets it into Hardin. Monty Johnson calling out the offense. She's got 10 to shoot now. Gets a screen. Now 5 to shoot. Left-hand drive. Shot is up, no good. Tried to get her own rebound, and Kennesaw does get the rebound. Battling for it and getting it is Hardin. Kick out for 3. Shot is up, no good. Kennesaw gets another rebound. Hardin comes up with it again for Kennesaw State. 4.5 to go before halftime. Dolphins a 9-point lead. Johnson, 8 to shoot. Into Legister, kicks it out. 3 seconds. Got to get up a shot. It's up from the baseline, no good. Jacksonville finally gets a rebound.
That's a possession Kennesaw State's got to be kicking themselves on. 3 good looks and none of them fall.
Now Jacksonville's going to kick it into the left corner, and Hawks has it out top of the key with 4 minutes before halftime. Shot clock at 10 for Jacksonville. Here's Walker with 5 to shoot. Driving the lane. And she won't get a shot. Stripped away by Kennesaw State. Legister comes up with it. Pushes it forward. Now this is Hardin. Back out to Johnson. Johnson slowing the pace now for Kennesaw State. Down by 9. 8 to shoot. Snipes, top of the key, no good. Rebound, Jacksonville. KK Hayes comes up with another rebound. Hawks drives the floor, kicks out for 3. Shot is up and off the back iron for Walker. Johnson in transition. Shot is up, no good. From the free throw line, off the back iron. 3 minutes before halftime here on Senior Day for Jacksonville.
The Dolphins offense at this point, ice cold, 27 points in the first quarter, only 2 this far in the second.
Yeah, they came out blazing hot, but have cooled off considerably since then. A drive to the basket by Hayes, and she's fouled.
It's exactly what this Jacksonville team needed, a chance to get to the free throw line, get some easy points, and play out the rest of this half.
A couple of substitutions coming in now for Kennesaw State as Alexis Poole and Stacy Jones check back in. KK Hayes, the redshirt freshman from Atlanta, Georgia, Mount Zion High School. And her first shot is up and no good. 51% from the free throw line is Hayes. Hayes, a strong contributor off the bench for Jacksonville. And misses both at the line. Johnson with a rebound. Amani Johnson for Kennesaw State looking for the right shot with 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. A battle for it offensively, and KK Hayes was down there. And Coach Darnell Haney said about KK Hayes, if there's a scrap on the floor, she ends up with the ball a lot of times. She's one of those that gets her share of 50-50 balls on the floor. Officials, I think, trying to decide who to assign the foul to, and now Kayla Edwards checks in for Jacksonville. As KK Hayes will get a hand as she goes to the bench.
Jacksonville managing their substitutions today, rolling in and out a lot of their players, especially down low, is trying to emphasize that in their offense, keep those players fresh.
Johnson will inbound baseline left for Kennesaw. Gets it in to Jones. Braylon Snipes had an open look. She's got 5 seconds now on the shot clock. 3-2. Snipes with a fadeaway shot at the buzzer, no good. Offensive rebound underneath, shot is up, no good for Kennesaw. And now a scramble for it on the floor as bodies go flying.
Jump ball possession arrow goes to the Dolphins.
The jump ball possession arrow goes to Jacksonville.
Jacksonville struggling on the defensive glass, very uncharacteristic of these Dolphins.
Yeah, and you see a couple possessions ago that Kennesaw State had 3 shots at it, couldn't get anything to go in, but again, it was a struggle that time for Jacksonville on that possession to try to come up with a rebound. And normally you see Asia Jones in there with about 5 rebounds per game. Shania Jackson, over 5 rebounds per game. They've got to get going on the glass. 2 minutes to play before halftime here in Jacksonville. On senior day for the Dolphins, they're up by 9. Hawks pass into the corner for Gillard. Baseline drive and a whistle.
Dolphins are going to need to get something going. That scoreless drought now up over 5 minutes. Still only 2 points scored in the quarter.
Hawks will inbound. Gets it back into Jones. Kick out to Hawks. Gets the shot off. No good. Johnson with the rebound. Nice pass underneath, but Jones couldn't handle it.
There's some contact there as both players carried out of bounds. I think that's a really good no call by the ref. Both players are going for a loose ball. It's a little bit of an errant pass.
Octavia Blue, the head coach of Kennesaw, just pacing the sideline in frustration. After that last possession, they had a pretty good look at it, but could not convert. 1:20 to go now. Jacksonville passing it around the horn. Here's a 3-point shot, no good. Dolphins with a rebound. Walker comes up with it. And a foul whistled on the floor.
For the Dolphins, number 4, Michaela Edwards. Number 12, Jaleesa Dunlap.
Michaela Edwards and Jaleesa Dunlap will come in for Jacksonville. Foul was against Kennesaw State, so now Jacksonville inbounds with Hawks in the corner near the baseline. Here's Walker with 2 to shoot. Scramble now for the ball, and it's going to go to Kennesaw State. Shot clock had 2 on it, and there was a scramble once again for the ball on the floor, and now Kennesaw State will bring it up with 1:04 to play before the half.
And Jacksonville's offense just looked out of sorts late in the shot clock. The focus has to be on getting a shot up that you can get the offensive rebound on if you can't get a good look. There, Jacksonville passing the ball around, looking for who's going to take that shot. Can't have that.
Kennesaw State trying to capitalize on this scoring drought for Jacksonville. Spinning shot is up by Alexis Poole, and the advantage whittled down to 7 now. 40 seconds to go. Taylor Hawks trying to break this scoring drought for the Dolphins. Gets a screen at the top. Kick into the wing. Shot is up and good, and Carmela Walker breaks the more than 5-minute scoring drought for Jacksonville.
And over the last month or so, Carmela Walker has been that player for the Dolphins, especially here in Switzer. She's been a really, really strong three-point shooting presence for this team.
The three-pointer gives Jacksonville a 10-point lead. 10 seconds to go. Johnson with a basketball for Kennesaw. Now into Poole. Poole with a post move. Shot is up. She got hit. Scored the basket. And now we'll go to the line. A nice post move there by Alexis Poole, the senior from Ellenwood, Georgia. She'll have an and-one opportunity with 3.7 to play before halftime. But that three-pointer to break the scoring drought was huge by Carmela Walker. A deep bend in the knees. Now she'll think about it for a second more. Shot is up, no good. Jacksonville with the rebound, 2 seconds. And the heave is up and no good by Dunlap, and that is the half. If Jacksonville gets it today in the series. This series dates back to 2007. Dolphins won the first ever meeting 71-67. And we are back in play here in the third quarter in Jacksonville at historic Swisher Gym.
Jacksonville coming out with that zone pressure look. They haven't used it much in this game, but it really got Kennesaw State uncomfortable, so they'll come out and start off the second half with fresh players with that look.
Kennesaw now with 8 to shoot. Johnson with it, left wing. And a whistle with 3 seconds to shoot on the clock. A foul against the Dolphins. And that's KK Hayes. That's her third. We just talked about it. She's somebody that did not start the game, but she's a valuable contributor off the bench for Coach Haney.
She's one of those players that's been in and out of the starting lineup as the season started. Sixth man, a true sixth man to this Jacksonville team.
Shot clock reset on the foul, but a trap in the corner that time. Jacksonville applying ball pressure that time with Taylor Hawks. Also Carmela Walker over there defensively. Inbounding on the sideline. Baker gets it into Poole. This is Jones now. And gets it stolen away. Taylor Hawks with the steal in transition. No look pass. Up and good. What a play.
Kennesaw State tried to go right back after Hayes, possibly pick up her fourth foul early in the third quarter, which would have been really, really tough for this Jacksonville team. The Dolphins just hustled their way down the court, give Hawks 3 different looks.
Pivot move underneath by Alexis Poole, and they're going to call a travel. A travel is called on Alexis Poole, and Kennesaw State's going to turn it over, and the Dolphins lead by 10. Just over a minute into the third quarter here on Senior Day for Jacksonville, as 5 recognized before the game today. Taylor Hawks, Asia Jones, Carmela Walker, Shania Jackson, and Shanice Miller all had a framed jersey recognized before the game today. Dolphins 10-point lead with the basketball. This is Walker over to Hawks. Now down low to Jones, and a kick-out pass. Hustling for it in the corner that time was Amaris Baker for Kennesaw State. .12 to shoot for Jacksonville. Walker will inbound. Top of the key, this is Jackson. 5 to shoot for the Dolphins, and a whistle and a foul as Asia Jones was trying to position herself in the post.
Jacksonville having trouble with that entry pass into Jones, Hayes, any of their big men down low. They're just not getting the ball cleanly to them. Maybe incorporate some bounce passes like they were doing in the first half, but Kennesaw State's doing a really good job of playing in the post denial set that Jacksonville faces so often and trying to make them shoot over it.
Dolphins with the basketball. This is Walker down to Jackson. Jackson in the low post, guarded defensively by Jones. Dolphins come up empty on the offensive side that time. Now Kennesaw State down by 10. Amani Johnson's going to try to find her shot. She's been quiet since the first quarter. Baseline look, shot is up, no good. Rebound, Dolphins. Taylor Hawks drive center of the lane, and that'll be a turnover as Jaleesa Dunlap lost the handle. Monty Johnson facing pressure at the timeline. Over to Baker. Now the cross-court passes are dangerous because, somebody can come speeding through there like Taylor Hawks or somebody like that for Jacksonville. Those cross-court passes, pretty dangerous.
Yes, they are, especially against a team that's so active on the defensive end like Jacksonville, who loves to cause those turnovers and get out and run.
10 to shoot, shot is up, and Kennesaw State converts the basket. Stacey Jones, the sophomore from Kathleen, Georgia. Carmela Walker with it, right wing. Top of the key now to Hawks. Now down low. Battling for it is Asia Jones. And she puts it up and good for Jacksonville.
Asia Jones is just so good off those unsettled loose ball, tip ball. She handles it and then always finds the glass with the basketball.
And a kick ball out of bounds. Possession going to Kennesaw State. Asia Jones spent time at Southern Cal and Virginia Tech before coming to Jacksonville as a graduate transfer. Her nickname is the Eraser. She's somebody on the defensive side for Coach Haney that is really an anchor on the defense. Jones leads the Dolphins with 35 blocks. Good for 4th in the ASUN. This is Baker trapped in the corner. Tries to pass out of it. And bodies go flying to the floor. Kennesaw with it. Baker guarded by Walker. And trying to pass out of a double team. Shania Jackson comes up with it for the Dolphins, but a whistle on the floor.
And that is something that you can put on film and spread all across the basketball universe. See an unsettled situation. Many teams will back out of that, just get back into their normal defense. They don't want to give up an easy basket, but this Jacksonville team stayed true to the situation. They kept pressuring out. Carmelo Walker was right on the hip of the basketball player for Kennesaw State that was able to pick up the ball. And what does it result in? Another one of those cross-court passes that you mentioned earlier. That time, Jacksonville comes away with it and the foul.
Baseline look. Shot is up. No good by Jackson. Rebound, Dolphins. As KK Hayes got the offensive rebound, and coming over the back was Jones trying to swat it away, and I believe she picked up the foul. Jones will go to the bench now, and Princess Harden checks back in. For Coach Octavia Blue, the associate head coach at the University of Miami last year, assistant coach at UM since 2012, and gets her first crack as the head coach here at Kennesaw State. Second shot is up and good. KK Hayes 1 of 2 at the line. Amani Johnson being double teamed at the center of the floor. Pass off to Harden. Harden drives, dish off to Free, gets it knocked out of bounds.
Jacksonville's starting to find a lot of success on the defensive end with that half-court trap offense, with defense, where they're coming out and meeting those players, forcing double teams, triple teams, trying to create some dangerous passes for Kennesaw State.
Amani Johnson inbounds baseline, good look, and a 3 falls down for Braylon Snipes.
That's a shot in the feel of this game that Kennesaw State needed something like that just to go in for them.
A good look in the corner that time for Snipes. Amani Johnson on the assist, coming in with 113 assists on the season. Jacksonville with 12 to shoot. Shot is up. No good for Jackson. And a scramble for the ball. Kennesaw State comes back with it.
That was a hard fall there. The whole game stopped for a second, waiting to see if possibly a player will be injured or we'll see a stoppage there.
Trying to find Gabby Legister, the junior forward from Bridgeville, Pennsylvania. Now 9 to shoot with Johnson handling it. Johnson just inside the three-point line, knocks it down for Kennesaw.
And Johnson plays that classic point guard so well right there. Just work off the screen, pull-up jumper. That's a shot that has gone away in basketball so much as the three-pointers become more emphasized, but she just has that.
Speaking of three-pointers, Jaleesa Dunlap for 3. The freshman knocks it down for Jacksonville.
Now here comes the half-court trap, and one of the things that Jacksonville does so well is the back-end players react to the passing and the flow of it so well. They either come up and make the play, or they sit back there and just cause disruption.
And we've got a timeout on the floor. Back and forth they go. Jackson afternoon. One of the numbers that stands out to me so far, Mason, is kind of ironic that Kennesaw State does not have any fast break points today, which is kind of interesting. But they've been trying to battle against this Dolphins team that is up by 9.
Jacksonville doing a really good job on the offensive end of limiting turnovers, not giving many transition opportunities.
Asia Jones with a bucket off the right block for Jacksonville. Now the lead double digits once again for the Dolphins. Braylon Snipes thought about a three-pointer in the corner, and she'll travel with it on the baseline.
That is either the third or fourth travel call in this game against Kennesaw State. They've really been struggling with those jump stops, especially on that baseline. Jacksonville's just a team that really gets up in your face on defense.
Delana Gillard, the redshirt freshman from Daytona Beach, Brings it up the floor for the Dolphins, and a quick whistle. Carmelo Walker will inbound for Jacksonville on the sideline. Gets it into Gillard. Michaela Edwards now with the ball. As Dolphins have a couple of substitutions in the game. Edwards can shoot the three. She'll dish it off. Three-pointer up and no good from Gillard.
Kennesaw State foul number 23. Braylon Snipes.
And Braylon Snipes picks up the foul, her second for Kennesaw State.
On that last possession, Jacksonville was playing an unbalanced floor look, and when they rotated the ball around, you would like to see them rotate all the way back and get it into the post. Instead, it ends up with a three-point shot, which is one of the options out of that set, but not exactly the one that Jacksonville's plays into the strong suit of the Dolphins.
Dolphins inbound baseline left. This is Gillard. Gets it in underneath. Shot is up and no good, but a foul. Jackson was fouled. Well, I think they're going to say that she traveled with it. Been a couple of travels.
A traveling call ends up getting called there. I'm not sure exactly that I saw it, but...
Dolphins with a quick double team defensively. Driving now is Harden with 18 to shoot on the shot clock. A driving underhand layup attempt is no good.
And that's the back end of the pressure that I mentioned earlier.
Nice look underneath, but Shania Jackson turned it over on the pass. Quickly coming back in transition, Braylon Snipes running the floor for Kennesaw State. And Delana Gillard picks up a foul for Jacksonville. A few subs coming in for Kennesaw State. Jillian Piccolino among those coming in now for Kennesaw State. In the corner, three-pointer, up and good. It's Braylon Snipes for three.
Kennesaw State continuing to stay in this game and work back with a couple of threes.
This is Taylor Hawks for Jacksonville. Trying to find KK Hayes underneath. She gets it stolen away. Ashley Free in transition. Back at the top to Johnson. Now back underneath to Poole. Shot is up and good. Kennesaw State coming back in this game. 42-36 now with 2:20 to play in our third quarter. One-handed snag in the post by KK Hayes, but it's going to go out of bounds. And Kennesaw State is coming back in this one. Jacksonville has not found their rhythm just yet here in the third quarter, and it's almost expired with 2:16 to play.
Yeah, both teams even 10 points each here in the third quarter. Game finally finding some rhythm back and forth instead of just being a game of runs.
Lonnie Johnson breaks out of the double team, gets it over to Snipes, back to Johnson. Three-pointer from the right corner, no good. In and out for Baker. Under 2 to play in the third quarter. Hawks in the paint. Pump fake, shot is up, no good. Taylor Hawks, no good on the try. Poole with the rebound for Kennesaw.
Coaching staff for Kennesaw State emphasizing to their players off that missed three, they got to get back on defense. Can't give up anything easy in transition.
Baker gets a screen from Poole with 15 to shoot. Here's Piccolino. Now back into Poole. Some good nifty post moves by Poole. She goes to the floor with 8 seconds to shoot. Kennesaw will inbound. Baseline underneath the basket.
Jacksonville yet again struggling on the block out and the rebound on the defensive end, giving a fresh 20 for Kennesaw State to work with.
Johnson with the inbound. Poole on the block. Here's Poole. Shot is up and good. Working against Asia Jones. A good matchup there. That one goes to Poole. 42-38. The lead has shrunk for Jacksonville. 1 minute to go here in the third.
This is a crucial possession in this game for Jacksonville. You'd like to see them get a quick basket here.
Three-pointers up No good for Jacksonville. Walker on the shot. Jacksonville with the rebound. 43 seconds to go before the end of the third. And a whistle on the floor now.
Back in for the Dolphins, number 23, KK Hayes.
KK Hayes comes back in for the last 43 seconds of the third.
And for Shania Jackson.
Jackson will go to the bench.
And the stoppage here that we're seeing, a conversation about the clock. It went all the way back up to 30 seconds, need to be adjusted back down to 18, so it went back to 20.
Hawks with a quick inbound, almost an alley-oop type pass to Asia Jones. But I think they're going to call an offensive foul against Jacksonville, and Kennesaw State comes up with it.
Yeah, clear push-off. That would have been pass interference. This was football.
Piccolino with the basketball trying to break the pressure. Baker gets it across the timeline. A good steal that time. Asia Jones picks it out of the air. And the Dolphins have a turnover. 30 seconds to go before the third quarter is done. Taylor Hawks. Now to Dunlap. 10 on the shot clock, 15 on the game clock and winding. Driving shot is up and good by Asia Jones with the right hand. 7 to shoot. Shot clock now turned off as Jacksonville's defense tries to prevent Kennesaw State from doing anything with 4.1 seconds to go. And Jaleesa Dunlap picks up a foul in transition. Snipes will inbound the sideline for Kennesaw with 4 seconds to go. Gets it into Piccolino. 2 seconds. One. Shot is up at the buzzer. No good by Braylon Snipes. And the game has got, it's only 6 as we head to the fourth quarter, Mason.
Jacksonville struggling to find that offensive rhythm. They had a huge first quarter today for the Dolphins. 27 points in that first quarter. 5 in the second. And then they start to pick things up in the third. We seem to even out here between these two and should have a really, really good stretch of basketball.
Here's the three-pointer from the right corner. It goes down for Carmella Walker. And she has hit some big shots today for Jacksonville. That gets it out to a 9-point lead.
Third three-pointer for Walker today. All 3 of her made shots are threes. Now has 9 points.
Well, and she's hit shots at times where Jacksonville absolutely needed it. Let's try to break the momentum that Kennesaw State has had here in the last few minutes. And, of course, we go back to the second quarter when she broke a more than 5-minute scoreless drought for the Dolphins heading into halftime. Johnson with the inbound to Piccolino. Around the world, it didn't go down. Dolphins with the rebound. Hawks running the floor now. Dolphins with 15 to shoot now on the shot clock. In the high post to Jackson. 10 to shoot. This is KK Hayes, baseline. Shot up, no good. Battle for the rebound. Jackson is there for the Dolphins.
Kennesaw State foul number 23, Braylon Snipes, third.
And they're going to get Braylon Snipes for a third foul against Kennesaw State. Dolphins will inbound. This is KK Hayes. Kicks it back out to Hawks for 3, no good. And KK trying to get the rebound. Piccolino comes up with it. Shoots it over to Johnson in transition. Johnson gets a screen from Poole. Back over to Snipes. Snipes pulls up for 3. Shot it, no good. Off the back iron. Dolphins with the rebound. Shania Jackson.
The entire Kennesaw State bench did not like that shot. Don't need that point in the shot. Like, continue to work this Jacksonville team down as the game gets done. Maybe drive at KK Hayes, try and pick up her 4th foul. There's so many options out there. You just don't need that shot at that point.
KK Hayes driving toward the basket.
Kennesaw State foul number 12, Amaris.
And Amaris Baker, the freshman guard from Philadelphia, picks up the foul for Kennesaw. Dolphins with the basketball, 20 to shoot. Baseline inbound. Baseline drive is up and no good that time for Jacksonville. Jaleesa Dunlap on the drive.
Coming down the stretch, Jacksonville on the defensive end just to play smart, disciplined basketball. It's something this team focuses on day in and day out.
Dolphins lead by 9. Here's Poole. A point-blank shot is up and no good. Good defense by Jacksonville, but Poole had a clean look at it.
And not exactly the matchup that Jacksonville wants defensively down low. Poole against Carmelo Walker. Walker did a really good job of establishing herself down low, not committing any fouls, staying strong, moving her feet, matching up well.
KK Hayes in the high post with 10 to shoot. Back out to Hawks. Now it's a steal. Braylon Snipes comes up with a steal. Nobody in front of her. Left-hand layup is good. Now the lead is 7 for Jacksonville with nearly 7 minutes to play. Taylor Hawks, the facilitating point guard, brings it up now for Jacksonville. Coach Haney calls her the Chris Paul of women's basketball.
She has all those aspects of bringing the team together, being a leader. She's like another coach on the floor.
Strong drive to the basket by Jackson, but a foul on the floor.
For the Dolphins, number 4, Michaela Edwards in the ball game.
Michaela Edwards checks back in for the Dolphins. And Stacey Jones comes back in, the sophomore for Kennesaw State. Johnson to bring it up now for the Owls. Corner 3 is up, and the ball gets lodged on that left side of the rim. And the entire Kennesaw State team is just grimacing. They wanted that one to go in so bad.
Yeah, quite a move there from Poole to dislodge that ball. Using the net for a little bit of assistance, trying to get up there and get us back going.
Poole, 6'2". She can get up there pretty good for Kennesaw State. Dolphins lead by 7. Kennesaw gets it into Jones. Jones, and off target behind the basket with that shot. Coach Octavia Blue pacing the sidelines, hands on hips, trying to encourage her team in her first season as the head coach of the Owls.
And throughout this fourth quarter, she seemed pretty content with the way her team's playing. After that three-point ball got stuck between the rim, she was immediately, whenever to her player, encouraged her. That's the shot they wanted. That's the set that she set up, and that's sometimes the end result of it.
Well, she did not like something from Stacey Jones because Piccolino goes right in the game after that dead ball. Shot is up, no good by Poole. Jacksonville with the rebound. Hawks brings it up for the Dolphins. Jackson, high post, passes it out into the corner. KK Hayes didn't like what she saw there, passes it out.
At this point in the game, Kennesaw State's got to look up at that clock and start thinking they're running out of time.
3 to shoot. Hawks in the lane. Oh, it did not go down. Hit about every inch of the rim, but couldn't fall through for Jacksonville. Shot up and no good, but a foul as Alexis Poole will go to the line for Kennesaw. And Taylor Hawks picks up her first foul. Asia Jones subs in for KK Hayes. KK's got a couple of fouls, so she'll go to the bench momentarily.
Asia Jones having a really strong day for the Dolphins on the offensive end, possibly where Coach Haney wants to work her in. 5 for 5 shooting today, 11 points.
Alexis Poole at the line for Kennesaw. Her free throw is up and good. She had 10 points, 5 rebounds, and went 4 for 4 at the free throw line on Monday night in Kennesaw's loss to Jacksonville 56-51, and she knocks down both here. Just a 5-point ball game with 5:50 to go in regulation. Dolphins need a big shot on this possession, and they turn it over. Asia Jones throws it away. Damaris Baker with the steal. Amani Johnson looking to Coach Blue for instruction. Screen from Piccolino. Now she'll shoot it. Straightaway three is no good. Rebound Jacksonville. Asia Jones comes up with it. Now the Dolphins come back in transition. Clock ticking down to 5 minutes. This is Edwards. Over to Walker. 5-point lead, 5 minutes to go. Edwards gets a screen. She's got an open look. She'll pass it away down low. Jackson, 5 seconds to shoot, gets her own rebound, and it goes in.
Really strong move from Shania Jackson down low. And again, Hawks, great lead in pass to give Jackson that opportunity.
Dolphins lead now 7. Braylon Snipes. Pass to Piccolino. Shot is up. No good, but a whistle before the shot. Piccolino has spotted up for three a few times. She shoots 31% from downtown. She's tried a three on the last 2 possessions for Kennesaw State, just trying to make a big shot as they inch closer. We got a meeting. Welcome you back here to historic Swisher Gymnasium for this ASUN conference battle between Jacksonville and Kennesaw State. Dolphins lead by 7, 4.5 to play in our fourth quarter. Andrew Gibson, Mason Viner back with you. And the largest lead for Jacksonville today, 16 points. They have it to 7 now. The last time Kennesaw led was with 6.5 minutes to go in the first quarter, a 5-3 score. And again, a battle underneath. Now Johnson has it. She nearly had an open look. Now will drive. Shot is up, no good, off the right side of the backboard.
And yet another multi-possession opportunity for Kennesaw State where they're not able to come away with points.
Dolphins in the offensive end now. Carmela Walker with 12 to shoot, gets it poked away. Snipes comes back with it in transition. The layup is no good. And Snipes and also Taylor Hawks both go to the floor, and Hawks is slow to get up for Jacksonville, and that's not good.
Not at all. That would be a big loss for this Jacksonville team.
Taylor Hawks is the general. Rounds 3 steals. And for Jacksonville, this will be Delana Gillard bringing it up the floor. Over to Jackson, quick pitch inside. It's a good look for Jones. Nice pass from Jackson to Jones. Amani Johnson, no look pass to Piccolino, now to Poole. Poole on the block, shot is up and good. Alexis Poole has some good post moves down in the paint for Kennesaw. An and one opportunity. She's one of those that gives that pivot, gets the defender up in the air and draws contact a lot of times.
Now both Hayes and Jones in foul trouble for the Dolphins. Coach Haney with 3:19 left in the game. We'll go to KK Hayes here.
67% free throw shooter gets it to go, and a 3-point play for Kennesaw State.
And on the bench, coaching staff having some words with Asia Jones. She's just got to keep her feet on the ground there, slide her feet, keep her cylinder, not get up in the air.
6-point game, nearly 3 minutes. And possession will stay with Jacksonville with 16 to shoot. Taylor Hawks again looks to be okay after the hard fall a moment ago. Passes in to Jackson. Jackson will try a three. Straight away, it's good!
And a huge shot for Jacksonville comes from Shania Jackson with the three.
Shania Jackson with a huge three for the Dolphins. The lead is now 9 with 2:45 left in regulation. Snipes, top of the key, guarded by Walker. Now over to Johnson. Johnson Drives guarded by Hawks. Pass underneath the Poole. Poole contacts. Hayes was there, falling to the ground. Poole gets the shot to go, no foul. Referees let him play there.
The KK Hayes did not like that no call. Immediately got up and was looking at her bench. Surprising look on her face.
Clock is ticking toward 2 minutes now. Cross-court pass. Walker tries a three. Shot is up, no good. Rebound, Piccolino for Kennesaw. 2 minutes to go.
With Edwards and Jackson on the floor right now for the Dolphins, you got to cover everybody everywhere.
Three-pointer had a wide open look, no good by Baker. Baker was left alone in the corner. Now let's see if the Dolphins will try to grind this clock out the final 90 seconds or so. 54-47 the lead for Jacksonville. Dolphins using the shot clock, 10 to shoot. Jackson entry pass down low to Edwards, and she gets just toppled down low. Breland Snipes picks up the foul.
And that's what you want when you throw up that pump fake.
Yeah. Yep, that's exactly what you're looking for. You're looking for that contact to at least get the defender off their feet, and that's exactly what happened there. Michaela Edwards gets fouled. She receives the inbound. Post opportunity for Hayes. Up off the glass, no good. Fight for the rebound. And KK Hayes looking like, yep, they look like they fouled me. That was the foul on Piccolino. And KK Hayes, the redshirt freshman from Atlanta, Georgia, goes to the line with 1:20 to go. Big shots coming for Hayes. First one, no good. KK is a 51% free throw shooter, has missed a couple today, and has another one coming. Here it is. Knocks it down. Dolphins lead is 8.
Kennesaw State going to need some quick points here, and they'll go back to their scorer, Johnson.
Monty Johnson, the reigning ASUN player of the week. Shot is up from her, no good. Poole goes charging into the padding underneath the basket on the baseline. As Michaela Edwards picks up the foul for Jacksonville.
Kennesaw State substitution number 24, Princess Hardin. Number Joe Piccolino. On the line for Kennesaw State, Alexis Poole KSU.
Alexis Poole at the line. Her free throw is up and no good.
Alexis Poole having a good day for Kennesaw State. 18 points, 7 of 12 from the floor, 4 and now 7 from the free throw line.
Her second free throw is good. And now 20 points on the day for Alexis Poole.
Owl's going to need some pressure here, force some turnovers or foul.
Cross-court pass from Edwards to Walker. Under a minute to go now. And a foul whistled against Amani Johnson. That's her first foul of the afternoon. And now we get into the situation where Kennesaw looks to foul. Down 55-48 with under a minute to play.
Other than forcing that cross-court pass from Michaela Edwards to Carmella Walker on Jacksonville, Taylor Hawks is the last player you want to foul on this court.
Taylor Hawks, a 76% free throw shooter, hits the first one. Dolphins will host the River City Rumble Thursday at 7. Jacksonville won the first meeting 52-50 on January 15th as Hawks knocks down the second.
At any time to schedule your visit. JOI, here to get you back in the game.
Under a minute to go here in Jacksonville. Dolphins lead 57-48. Kennesaw State with the basketball, 50 seconds to play. Piccolino now over in the corner. This is Johnson for three, no good. Rebound, Dolphins. KK Hayes with the rebound for Jacksonville. And Alexis Poole picks up the foul, her second. Dolphins had a hot shooting first quarter, 27 points, only 5 in the second, 12 points in the third, and now 11 points here in the fourth quarter. Kennesaw State has been pretty consistent. 11 points in the first, 13, 14, and then 9 here in the fourth.
Jacksonville really propelled by that strong first quarter all day today. They're looking for a timeout off of that rebound. Not sure why they didn't get it. Hayes misses the front end of her 2 free throws.
KK Hayes 51% at the line, missed the first. And her second, no good. Piccolino with the rebound. Poole brings it up the floor left side. Pull over to Baker, now to Johnson. 35 seconds left. Straightaway three is good. Johnson knocks down a three. And now a quick timeout. The lead is now 6 for Jacksonville. 28.9 left in regulation. Again, the largest lead today for Jacksonville.